Hey everyone, it's Hailey, and today we're going to be reading A Court of Frost and Starlight by Sarah J. Maas. This just showed up on my doorstep. I'm so excited to dive into it. It's a beautiful day outside today, so I will probably likely be doing most of my reading out here. But I'm just going to be sharing my thoughts with you as I read this, so be forewarned that there will be some spoilers going forward as I move through the book. So now with that out of the way, let's begin. It took me far longer than I'm willing to admit to figure out that that's not a bare butt, but I got there. This dedication is so cute! I thought this wasn't going to be from Favor's perspective. I'm so excited! Obviously there's more than one perspective. I'm very interested to see who the other perspectives are. Already crying a million tears. Just kidding, it started to rain and I'm very sad about it. So not a lot happened in chapter 1. It was a lot of recap of what had happened in A Court of Wings and Ruin and a lot of kind of like setting the scene. But now I've gotten to chapter 2 and look whose perspective it is! Yes! We're 14 pages in and we've already got sex talk, but it's like flashback sex talk, but it's still happening and it's still explicit. Cassian is so pure. And him getting his first solstice gift. Oh my god. How Rysand is talking about Rysand, I can't remember how it's pronounced, but how he's talking about having to fix that and fix this and fix that. It really shows why him and Feyre are such a good match, because they both kind of put so much on themselves wanting to fix everything, but they can't do it themselves. But I'm also really sad that Nesta is not talking to anyone and has secluded herself. I would like him to fix that. I just want Cassian to be happy forever and just never be sad, and it makes me sad that he says that he's getting happy. I mean, I'm happy that he's getting there, but I'm sad that he's not already there. My poor little Cassian. Getting the backstory on him and everything is good, but I'm also just very sad about it. Can you imagine if you had to come up with gifts for someone for hundreds of years? Like, what would you even get? It's hard enough buying a gift for my mom for Mother's Day every year because she's like the most perfect human being. So what do I get her? Literally, I can't buy anything for anyone in my family because there's nothing that's good enough. I just can't imagine having to do that for literally hundreds of years. Oh my god, the thought stresses me out. I find it interesting that instead of having like a monthly period, she's now switched to a biannual thing in her new form, and I wonder like what the significance is of that and why that's happening, but we just learned about it, so it must have some sort of significance. I do appreciate the fact though that Sarah J. Maas always has scenes in her books where it deals with stuff like that, like girls that get periods in a fantasy setting. Like in Throne of Glass, that's one of my favorite scenes because it's very realistic, which is nice. Also, thank God for Rysand still can't say it, saying blood is blood, because like, yes. I really relate to this, how she's saying that there's so many things that she wants to paint, there's too many of them and she feels like she needs to and she can't pick one. I struggle with that with my writing sometimes, and it's definitely something that has held me back from writing. For a couple of years actually, it really did, but I feel like that's just kind of an artist, no matter what your medium is, problem. Leave it to Sarah J. Maas to make something like butt crack sound sexy. The seam of my backside. It just sounds so much nicer. It's really interesting to me how this book is not only just told from multiple perspectives, but it's also told using multiple forms of point of view. So in the chapters where we just had a Morgan chapter, there was a chapter for Cassian. Those ones have all been like third person limited. But then you get to Rysand and Feyre's perspective, and they are all in first person point of view, which I'm trying to kind of figure out what the stylistic choice is for that, but I guess we'll see. We're almost 100 pages into a little over 200 page book, and I'm still trying to figure out what the plot is. I like Emery already stepping up and saying that the store is hers even though she's not male and it technically should go to the next male in like the line of succession, I guess. She seems like a badass bitch that I can get behind. So I've been going long periods of time without updating because not a lot has been happening in this book. Thing is, when it's like a normal sized book, like 300-400 pages, I usually expect it to take around 100 pages to get going. But when it's a novella that is only just over 200 pages, I'm like, why am I reading this? Waiting for this crew to reunite is like waiting for Godot. Oh look, it's the return of trash that I somehow enjoyed, but now I'm like, So amazing. Cassian decorating for solstice is the most pure thing in the world, and I am like deceased. I should do a tally of all the time Reese turns innocent things sexual. It would be a very large number. Seriously though, Cassian and Feyre decorating is the cutest thing in the world. Oh, they're reunited and it feels so good. The angry snowball, amazing. This makes it so much funnier that she doesn't know how to use a toilet. I feel like now since Reese, and I keep on changing how I say his name, but I feel like since he was talking about how Moore is terrible at giving gifts, now she's going to give Feyre like the perfect gift, and I kind of hope she does. This is so ominous. Moore turned around to the ruined house and grounds behind us, staring not at them, I realized, but eastward, toward the continent and the lands within, as if wondering what might be waiting there. Dun dun dun! So I will admit, for a bit I was annoyed at the fact that there's not a plot, especially because it's a novella, so it's really short, but I have to admit it's growing on me. I like the fact that the kind of plot of it is learning to cope with after the war, and after the war I went back to New York. Sorry, I couldn't help the Hamilton reference, but it's showing the characters and rebuilding and how other people in the communities are coping and rebuilding themselves. And at the same time you have like Feyre and the whole crew is worried about what they're going to get people as gifts for the solstice, essentially like Christmas gift shopping. So it's an interesting contrast there, and I think right now it is kind of working for me, and I'm kind of coming around to it. See, it's simple moments like Reese just giving Feyre her birthday presents that is just so pure, and that's what's making me enjoy this so much. Like at first I was very skeptical, as you saw, but I'm definitely coming around to it. Literally they're just building a snow fort right now, and it's the most pure, just like Christmas morning thing in the entire world. A bunch of naked warriors sitting together in the steam sweating about the only good custom the Aurelians ever came up with, to be honest. Amazing. Hey, this whole exchange between Feyre and Reese right after is hilarious. I love the fact that she got him kicked out. Elaine is one of my favorite characters. I love that they get the cake and there's the layers that each represent one of the sisters, and Elaine says that the bottom layer represents Feyre because she's the foundation, the one who lifts them and always has, and it's just so cute. I love Elaine because she's so self-aware and she's just such a pure character, and I just want to protect her from everything. I don't know what it is, but I just love her. Is she wishing for a child? Is she wishing for a child? I don't know if I'm reaching, but I feel like yes. I honestly feel like this might be the climax of the whole thing, the fact that Nesta showed up. So Cassian got her a sheath for her blade that will go down her spine, and it literally just makes me think of Wonder Woman, because in the movie she has that, but it also makes me think of, I think I saw like a meme or something where they're showing where the end of the blade is and it's essentially her butt crack, so it just makes me think of that. The headache powder that Elaine gives Asriel, it's so amazing. I just love those cute little scenes, which I feel is what is really carrying this novella, so it's a good thing that there's quite a few of them. I'm really glad that after that Cassian chapter, which was really heartbreaking, we're getting a Nesta chapter, because I'd love to know what's going on in her mind. I feel really bad for Nesta, and I know she's too proud to like accept anyone's help, but I wish she weren't. I love the fact that the gowns were made by his mother. Okay, I lied. This, chapter 22, is the real climax. Heyo! But seriously, this is like some Court of Mist and Fury level, going through every motion of this sex scene. No! Yes, 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 yes. So I finished it. The last few chapters were kind of like wrapping up everyone's part in the story, so that's why I didn't really update a lot. But the last few lines, the last actually chapter, it's a really short chapter, but it made me really happy. It was just so cute and just not the happy endings you usually get from Sarah J Maas books, and I do feel satisfied with the story. I think it was a little on the long side given what it was. I understand that as a novella it's not going to have like a really big plot, lots of action, which is weird for the series because you expect a lot of action and a lot of things happening, a lot of conflict, but it was very character driven, which is definitely not like the other books, but I didn't mind it. I found the multiple perspectives to be a little bit unnecessary. Like, it was nice to get, but the bulk of the book was still told from Favor's perspective, so I kind of have mixed feelings on that. I wish I had read this around Christmas because I feel like this would just be the perfect Christmassy read with the solstice and just the gift giving and that being kind of the central plot to it. It would be amazing to read around Christmas. This definitely left me with a lot of unanswered questions. There's a lot of things that I'm wondering, like, what's going to happen? What's the next book going to be? I'm definitely wondering, like, is the next book a novella? I feel like it is, but I don't know. I just kind of am like, yes, there's another book. I'm going to read it no matter what it is, like how big it is, whatever. But overall, I would say I give this like a 4.5 out of 5 stars. It was really, really enjoyable. It took me a little bit to get into it, but overall, I liked seeing the characters as they're coping with life after war and getting back to reality and rebuilding after this tragedy has happened to them. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video and reading this book with me. If you guys enjoyed this, please let me know. This is only my second time trying this out, but I think it's a fun way to kind of do review sort of things, but in a more interactive way, I guess. I think I will only be doing this for really popular books or books that I'm really, really excited about, or else it's literally just going to take me forever to read like every single book that I'm reading if I do it for all of them. So if you have any other books that are coming out in the next little bit that you would like to see me do a video like this for, comment down below and let me know. And if you like this kind of video, let me know. Also, if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe and click the little bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I post. I post new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I'm trying out 3 videos a week again, plus some bonus videos sometimes, so there will be constantly new content. You can also follow me on all of my social media. My handles will be down below for you guys for Goodreads, Twitter, Instagram, all of that good stuff. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!